Welcome back to another edition of the 937. It's been like, what, 2 weeks since we... Whoa, what's going on here?
Hi there.
Oh, microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been like, what, 2 weeks since we've been on air. We've been super busy behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We've got people bringing us a different array of folks working on reports from out in the street. We've got a report about the controversy on the methadone clinic coming up at the end of this week, and several other things.
Yes.
If you're not sick of the political season by now.
Yeah, really. We only have, 10 days left?
There's 10 days left.
No,
and
7, sorry.
It looks like it's same as versus same as for the most part, here locally as well as nationally. From what I can do, I haven't been able to speak with every single candidate, but generally it's the two big party systems ruling the roost in Montgomery County, in Ohio, and across the nation. And this week we heard some news from a person who we've met over the past couple of years, who's a really nice person. I think she's got some very progressive political views. Maria Holt, as you'll see in this picture of Maria and renowned American intellectual Cornel West. She is a, how would you describe Maria? I think she's got a passion for social justice.
Yes, absolutely.
And I've met her at different events that she, things that she's been concerned over.
Very smart woman, critical thinker, passionate, compassionate person.
A single mother.
Yeah.
Who's decided, hey, at least this is what we know right now. I don't know if she's gone to the step of
making it official.
Making it official and getting signatures, but she's at least said on Facebook that she's going to be running for the Dayton City Commission.
Yeah.
And I say,
bravo.
Hurrah, because she's going to be doing it as a Green Party candidate.
Right.
Now, if you want third parties to succeed, which a lot of people do, and their exclusion from the process is another reason why a lot of people are cynical about the political process to begin with, because they're not given a fair shake.
Right.
In case you didn't know it, there are laws in many states which require third-party candidates to get many more signatures to appear on the ballot than are required of the two major parties. Like in Illinois, for example, I just read that third-party candidates are required to get 25,000 signatures, while their two-party candidates are required, I think, between 3,000 and 5,000 was like the number.
Yeah, the system is rigged to exclude these people. And, you can say what you will about polls, but I think that, when you ask in the national polls that have asked people how they feel about, say, legalizing marijuana, overturning Citizens United, dealing with climate change, I think the majority of people wish the candidates would talk about those things, yet those are ignored. Those numbers are ignored. There's very large numbers of people that support those things, but our politicians are not looking at that. The ones you do hear talking about those things, like Jill Stein and Rocky Anderson.
From the Justice Party.
Gary Johnson.
The Libertarians.
Right. They're not included. In fact, we saw Amy Goodman get arrested trying to get into the presidential candidate.
I think that was Jill Stein.
Jill Stein, that's what I meant to say.
But Amy Goodman's been arrested
I'm
trying
sorry.
to go to events herself.
That's true.
But it brings up the topic. And, we had Mitt Romney on stage last week saying, America fights for freedom and frees people around the world. But if it's not the same rules of access for all the parties, then it's not freedom.
And it's not fair to us, right? We don't know what else is out there.
Yeah. And so in a lot of very functioning countries, they have multi-party democracies, and the only major political candidate I've ever heard say, yes, we should have multi-party elections in the United States, as you see in Europe, is Maxine Waters from California, and she's certainly marginalized.
Yeah, I think that in order to have a legitimate third-party candidate running for president, we need to have more people like Maria get elected in these lower
Local offices. All politics
so that people
is
know
local,
what the party is.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what the Green Party is. They think it's purely an environmental party, which it's not. But libertarians and the other parties, the Social Justice Party, there are some other parties, but nobody knows about them.
And, you know, whether or not you agree with them or not, they're legitimate political stances and viewpoints that attract a lot of people and should be afforded. If we are, you know, the arbiters of freedom going around the world planting flags at the Iwo Jima and, you know, this, that, and the other, then we have to make our electoral process fair and open for all parties, or the sacrifices that all American soldiers make are totally in vain. It's just for a big jumbo lie. But Maria, for we hear a lot of people locally, you know, in Dayton. The Dayton area is one of the most apathetic political places on the face of the earth. I've talked to some people up in Cuyahoga County. They're like, Dayton elected John Kasich. And Dayton is very apathetic, and I think a lot of that has to do with it. You know, the local Democratic Party is, you go up and down the list of supporters. They're like same old, same old, same old, same old. Lawyer, 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 lawyer. The Republican Party in Montgomery County is pretty weak, and politics in general is ignored by the vast masses.
And Dayton's been hit economically, and we've been in decline for the past 30 years. And those people I think they might see that politics doesn't work for them, so they give up. And that's also on a national scale, I think.
I agree, too. Yeah. So if you want to see real change in our local government, start thinking about building and rushing towards the Montgomery County Board of Elections with candidates after candidates after candidates, and
you
take
just
these parties over or run under third parties and get loud about ballot access.
Right. I think Maria is awesome. I think she could do a lot of good. But I think as one person on a group of 5 plus a city manager, she's not going to be able to do much.
Yeah. So
so if you get more people on the ballot, flood it.
2 more people. At least, if you want to really affect change. And I hear, I see Gary Leitzel, the mayor, on Facebook a lot, into different comments saying, well, no one listens to me.
Right. He's the lone one out.
Well, he is the lone one out. He is kind of like it's 4 against 1.
Right.
He's got 4 longtime Democratic Party members, and that's not going to change. And, you know, he probably should have known that going in, and maybe use that to use his bully pulpit to
at least
make more light of this. But
you
got to run as a slate, you know, because the only thing that's going to get massive change are 3 votes on that city commission. And it can be done in Dayton because the traditional parties are pretty weak. You know, you go to a lot of these things that, you know, they don't have a lot of young people involved. And it's really just kind of like our own kind of like local oligarchy.
Right.
And kudos to Maria. We're going to be interviewing her. If you know some other political candidates who are saying, oh my God, this political season made me so sick, I decided to become a politician.
Right.
Then send them our way. We'd
Politicians
like to interview
don't
them.
have to be bad.
No, they don't. They do not have to be bad. And, you know, the politicians I've met, I don't think they're necessarily like, Dr. Evil. But I think quite a few of them get too cozy with the system and the way things are done, and decide to take the path
of being a career politician, which I think people should.